Make sure you hit that notification button straight after you subscribe so you get all my videos as I upload them. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. So what is up YouTube? It is Cycles and I have a guest named, go on, introduce yourself.
My name's ATF Overdose. Y'all can check me out at Stealthy TV. I post gameplay and anime reviews and just all around discussion. So feel free to come by and just sub and let me know.
So our topic today is whether Naruto is a successful ninja. Okay, so when Naruto was first introduced to us, he was a sloppy ninja and no one liked him in his village, but now he is the Hokage. So the first question will be whether Naruto has developed good chakra control or something around those ends. So let me know your thoughts over those.
Basically, so to start this off, I want to go ahead and get into his history, as he rose as a ninja. And if you just look back at the early episodes or manga chapters, however you but for your Naruto, then you will see, because of the QB, it was a gift and a curse. I mean, obviously now in his life as an adult, it's a gift, but at the beginning, it was a real curse because his chakra was completely messed up. He could do barely the basics. I struggled at just manipulating his chakra.
Would you say that he had a slight advantage over everyone else because he had the tailed beast sealed in him, right? And because of that, he could, do the summoning and all that kind of stuff, which requires a lot of chakra. So, the fact that he was able to do that, do you think having the tail beast sealed in him gave him an advantage over the rest?
I mean, later in his life, yes. If we look at, some key moments for Naruto, yes, he has overcame obstacles thanks to the tail beast. I mean, in a sense, you could say it's his clutch because if it wasn't for the tail beast, we can't say how he would be, but because of the tail beast, he's really struggled at just key moments of a ninja. In terms of techniques and just jutsus all around, he's pretty much lacking in that category compared to most ninjas that we see throughout the entire series. But in that same instance, if it wasn't for the tail beast, he wouldn't have overcame some obstacles.
I think it was possible for him to have failed at the start because, at the start of the series, episode 1, what he does is he steals a scroll, right? And then he learns the shadow clone jutsu. And the reason why he was able to use so many clones is because he had a lot of chakra, which he got from the nine-tailed beast. So the thing is, I think if he did not have that, because, Shadow Clone is his most iconic jutsu, right? Which he relies on every single time in every single battle. Like, if you have not seen Naruto do Shadow Clone in a fight, then there's something definitely wrong, or you're probably watching the wrong series. But the thing is, he needed the Tail Beast in order to use the technique. Also, when he was learning his new jutsu, which was the Futon Rasen Shuriken, right? He needed to make a lot of clones in order to complete that jutsu. So I would say if it wasn't for the nine-tailed beast, he would still, be probably a Genin. What do you think?
I totally agree with. I mean, this is saying that his parents still died and he had a rough childhood. I need people to understand that. But the thing about the nine-tail being inside of Naruto that's what made him the ninja that he became. I mean, without the nine-tails chakra, I mean, if you just look at a list of Naruto's abilities, what we see him do: Shadow Clone, and then many variations of Shadow Clone, Rasengan, then many variations of Rasengan, and then early he did, the sexy no Jutsu. And outside of that, what other Jutsus has Naruto ever been able to display other than different variations of the ones he mainly used, thanks to Nine-Tails Chakra?
Well, he has Sage Mode, obviously, and then he has
mode, that kind of transcends a Jutsu, natural energy, and that's more of a technique than a Jutsu. So Sage Mode and QB Cloak, those aren't really Jutsus. Those are more like a transformation for him.
Yeah, well, it does enhance his techniques. He develops more techniques because of that. So I would put that under Jutsu. What do you think?
I mean, I totally agree because as I've spoken, the many variations of his techniques comes from those two, but Sage Mode uses natural energy. It doesn't use the ninjutsu that most ninjas use. That's why not everyone can use Sage Mode. So Sage Mode, I definitely would not put under a jitsu. That's his own category. I mean, he can, yes, use his jitsus in that mode, and they're a lot more stronger because he's using the natural energies found around the planet. But, and then the QB cloak, he's cloaking himself in the QB's chakra. That's not even his chakra. I mean, yes, he's manipulating it to the point where it seems to be his, but without the QB there, then he couldn't even do that.
But would you say that he would be a successful ninja without these tools? Because, you know, you could argue and say, yeah, someone without weapons, you know, with their usual weapons is useless, right? But the thing is, if you compare Naruto to the rest of the people right behind it, which are the Konoha 11, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you compare them to Naruto has leaned a lot on the tailed beast, you know, to help him throughout situations. So, like, it goes back to what I'm saying when it comes to the amount of chakra that he has. Like, it is, you know, what he leans on from the start till end, you know, even to beat Sasuke at the end. So I'm thinking maybe without the tail beast, he would have not been as successful as he turned out to be.
I feel 100%. Now, I want people to understand, no, I'm not saying Naruto is a bad main character. Naruto isn't great because he's the main character, and with the tail beast he has done jaw-dropping moments. But without the tail beast, there's many just facts of being a ninja that he lacks. He has, number one, no fighting style. The way he fights is...
he just spams Shadow Clone all the time.
Would be like a barbarian fighting ninjas. There's no technique, there's no form behind any of his punches or kicks.
Nah, have you seen him fight Sasuke?
I saw the Sasuke fight.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, at that point with the Sasuke fight, he had developed into a better ninja. He knew how to fight from experience at that point.
Yeah, his taijutsu is on point. Have you seen his taijutsu? It's really good. He could keep up with Sasuke, and Sasuke had the Rinnegan, right? Which is the best ocular jutsu that you can have at the time. And he could, you know, almost keep up with Sasuke. What do you think about that?
I like I've said, that comes through years of growth. But if you look back at early fights when he fought Gaara, he basically was throwing punches and heads and praying that, you know, it would be the blow, the finish. And when he fought Sasuke for the first time, the only reason he stood a chance is when he turned into the Nine Tails and, you know, first went QB mode and was just like attacking randomly and just throwing and dishing out chakra and power behind everything. But as a straight hand-to-hand fight without the QB, we haven't seen Naruto win one of those. I mean, and that's not something you would see him win until later in his life through many battles and just gaining experience of fighting. So yes, at the end of the show, the fight with him and Sasuke, truly amazing. He was a true ninja at that point. I will never deny that. But early on into the beginning of Shippuden and all of the Naruto series, my overall thoughts, Naruto was a poor ninja. You know, he didn't even pass the tuning exams until years later. He worked hard and he achieved greatness. This is all true. But at the end of the day, the qualifications on a ninja, Naruto seriously lacked into his adult life.
Yeah, that's because I think he was pushed to the edge, you know, because there was an episode where this is one of the latest episodes, by the way, and he said he wanted to become Hokage, right? And Kakashi told him, he said, you need to, you know, do all the studying and do all the missions. So he obviously did the same thing as any other person who became Hokage did. Like, they would do lots of missions, you know, to get the clout up, and then they would learn techniques and do all these exams and shit.
This is 100% true, but if you look at his time spent under Kakashi, all he pretty much learned there was the will to fight and chakra manipulation.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's kind of, I'm thinking, what else did Kakashi teach him? I mean, Kakashi taught Sasuke more than he taught Naruto, don't you think?
Exactly, when they went their separate ways and trained, when Kakashi trained Sasuke, I'm pretty sure Sasuke truly developed, and as we saw, he really did truly develop. But, and then you look at the reverse, that time spent Naruto went to go train with Jiraiya. Naruto really only learned the Rasengan, and then again when he went off between the time skip between Naruto and Shippuden, he just came back a tad bit stronger and a little more reliable. He still had more things to learn after his time spent. I just feel Naruto was not a great ninja. It's just that is the way it is. He had plenty of opportunities to develop better, learn different things, and he spent it chasing someone.
What do you mean with chasing? You mean Sakura or
No,
with
Sasuke?
Sasuke? All right, cool. So he was chasing Sasuke. Okay, that's a good opinion. In my opinion, right, I don't really think that Naruto was a great ninja either. I mean, well, in terms of power, right, he took all his power from the fox. So I'm thinking he should have been able to do it all on his own. When he got Sage Mode, I thought, yes, finally he has a power which comes from him, which he worked hard to get. So he would have used Sage Mode, and do you remember when he was fighting Sasuke under the bridge?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, when that happened, I thought, you know what, this is his chance to, take out Sasuke with Sage Mode, because right then and then Sasuke was drained out, and I thought, you know what, this is his chance to take down Sasuke, and I was waiting for him to do it, but he never did. All he does is just talk.
Yeah, his talk no jutsu is probably his greatest jutsu he's ever developed. It has helped him tremendously through a lot of fights.
Do you remember in one of the episodes, right, he was taught not to talk to the guy in the mask who was, spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know, it's Obito, right? He was taught not to talk to Obito, but he still did in the end. He said, yes, I know he's pure evil, I will not talk to him, but he still did in the end. Like, what is that about? Like, he likes talking a lot.
He believes in that hope in everyone. I mean, and it's okay to believe that way, but realistically everyone doesn't see that way, and I
don't see it that way.
I don't think Naruto understood that about Sasuke. Sasuke's whole drive was for himself and what he believes is right, and still to the final episode, that is what Sasuke did. The talking never worked on Sasuke. Yes, he got out of the pain situation by talking pain down, but Sasuke did not get talked down by Naruto at all.
That is one thing I hate about Naruto, it's just the talking, because after a while it just gets on your nerves, but he just keeps doing it. But then again, it's smart to first talk to your opponent, try to talk out the situation before attacking. I mean, that is the best tactic to use, don't you think?
As me and you discussed many of times in anime or manga, I truly don't believe in good and evil. It's opinion versus opinion, and I think Naruto shows that a lot, especially if you look at that pain arc, where Pain necessarily wasn't doing something because he was evil and just wanted to do it. He had his own reason, and that sparked his opinion to do this, and that was what was right for him. And that's how it is through a lot of characters in the show. It's one side versus the other side, and when opinions clash, that's when fights happen. And Naruto, I give it to him because he tries to see that yeah, what you're doing may be wrong, but I can't necessarily say it's pure evil. He tries to understand it.
He called Obito the coolest guy ever. I mean, like, this guy has killed his parents, has killed thousands of shinobi, because think about it, he organized Akatsuki, right? That means that every kill Akatsuki makes, right, is all through him. So he's like the biggest terrorist in the entire world, and he's trying to say this guy's the coolest guy. Like, that's bullshit.
I totally agree with that side of like how you look at him, but you also have to look at the forces that was moving that we didn't know about. Like, the fact, everything, like I said, it's your opinion, it's what you want to do, and what he wanted to hear and what he wanted to accomplish was coming from one side that truly controlled his mind and made him do all of this. And it was a great masterpiece, and I think that we should definitely finish this in a different video, because now we're rambling.
No, not really. I'm not really rambling. When it comes to the bullshit that happens in Naruto, I have a whole list to talk about, but
days of conversation is so much.
Okay, if you say so. So let's just end this video with just my statement. So I would say that Naruto is overall an okay ninja. I think he needs to stop talking and just get into business, because some people just need their faces smashed in, and Obito was not that person that you should talk to, even though it worked out in the end. He needed someone he's talking to, because remember, this guy is how old? About in his 30s or 40s, and he's still fantasizing about some 12-year-old girl, which is it's weird. But anyway, what are your opinions? What are your closing statements?
Naruto was a terrible ninja. He developed into a better one, and he just continued to get better. So I commend him on that. But overall, no, he's a terrible ninja. Now the main character thing going on, he's great at that, but his standings as a ninja should not be as high as they are off of what he's actually accomplished. And my only hopes is that Boruto actually differential, like it's different from Naruto in that sense.
Yeah, in the interview, in the latest interview, Kishimoto, the writer of Naruto, said that Naruto was a bit dark, right? But then he's gonna change that in Boruto. But at the same time, the darkness made sure that he was able to add certain elements into the anime to make it more intense. So if you're gonna take away the darkness, that means that he has to make it more lively and add things on to surpass that. So obviously that's gonna be an issue for him. That's what he stated in this interview.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, like I've said though, he's overall terrible ninja, but I think we have more videos coming. So if y'all definitely like this and want more, I'm sorry it's kind of choppy for our first time. This is actually our first time we done a video together, and I enjoyed it a lot. So definitely we'll see more.
Yeah, sure. Make sure to go over to Stealthy TV's aka Overdoses channel and check out his gameplay, because he does a lot of gameplay. Also like, subscribe to this video, and that is the end of our little discussion. Bye.